I've just recorded the intro and the astrological report and forgot to connect my sound. These are the lessons that we have. Okay. Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I am your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for September the 23rd through September the 29th. So welcome. If you are new, thank you for tuning in, and I do hope you like these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting my channel. These readings are for the collective. So take what resonates and leave the rest, because sometimes they can be specifics when spirit wants to connect with someone in particular. So, come back later in the week and rewatch it, because it might make more sense to you then. I get a lot of emails telling me that at first they didn't get it, and then somehow they watched it again and it made perfect sense for them. Now, if you would like a personal private reading, click on this link or go to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. I live to give readings. I love it. I often go over time because I get so into it. Now, I have a Facebook group, and this Facebook group is so much fun. I do a live feed within the group every 2 weeks, and they correlate with either the new moon or the full moon. And so we look at charts and we see where it falls in your charts, and then we I have the tarot card reading, the tarot cards with me, and I answer questions. So we have a lot of fun there. It's a private group, so you have to ask to be to join, and it is Live in the Solution Astrology. But the link will be below. Everything will be in the show more section below. All the links to the other videos, the Facebook group, my website, everything. If you're looking on a phone, it's a little triangle that's pointing down. Click on that and that will take you to all the links. Now, another way to support me, guys, is through Patreon, and the link to that will be here, or the link will be below too. I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else, so check that out. Now, lastly, these readings come in 3 sections: the intro, which is this, the astrological report, and the tarot card reading. And there will be skip times listed below to get to, especially if you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, so you don't have to rewatch the intro or the astrology report. And if you're not into the astrology, you can go straight to the tarot. If you're not into the tarot, you can do the blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thank you. And without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for September the 23rd through September the 29th. This is the second time I'm doing this. Bear with me. I didn't have the mic on before. Anyway, so on the 23rd, let me see, that's Monday. Yes, the 23rd is Monday. On Monday, the 23rd of September, we have the fall or autumn equinox. And that's here in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the spring or vernal equinox. Vernal stands for youthful and fresh, just like me, darling. And that's in the southern hemisphere. So it's the first day of spring or autumn. Now, and that is, listen, in the equinox, the sun is directly over the equator, right? So all around the globe, daylight and night, the night darkness are equal. It's completely equal all around the globe. Now, on the 24th, on Tuesday the 24th, Mercury's in a beautiful relationship with Jupiter. This is a fabulous day for networking and connecting with business associates. It's a great time to look. The whole emphasis is on communication. You could you will charm anyone that crosses your path. And it's a really good time to launch a social media campaign or an email campaign, anything to get your wares, whatever you're selling, your product, your service, or whatever it is for you, get it out there. This is a wonderful time to get whatever it is that you're selling out there. Now, September the 28th is a huge super new moon, and it's because the moon is very close to the earth, and so it appears huge in the sky. Now, the new moon, of course, new moons are all about intentions. What am I going to start now that I can complete soon? What is it? Great time to start, start a business, a project. But this is all about relationships. Libra is about relationships. And whether it's romantic, work relationships, friendships, family, or relationships with ourselves. Now, on the same day, Venus, which is the ruling planet of Libra, is also in Libra and is in a beautiful relationship with Jupiter. Jupiter's abundance, bigger, better, more. So this is all about harmony. It's all about fairness. It's all about balance. And this is an incredible time to go out and socialize, have a good time, connect with people. Now, what I will say is that at the same time that this new moon is happening, the sun and, first of all, we've got 4 planets in Libra, right? It's what we call in astrology a stellium of planets. So there's a lot of focus on relationships. But not only that, we have Chiron opposite this new moon, and Chiron is in Aries, and it's about Chiron's the wounded healer, right? So we need to kind of look at where we can heal our relationship with ourselves. How can we love ourselves more? How can we heal relationships that haven't been doing so well? Can we heal them? Do we need to let them go? So we really have to kind of look at these honestly. Look, Libra is about fairness. It's about balance. It's about logic, right? So we need to look at things logically, not emotionally. So when we're looking back at how we've been in relationships and behaviors that don't work, we must not beat ourselves up about it. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Look at it dispassionately, if you will, logically, and say, okay, that didn't work. What can I change about that? What can I own? What can I move on from? And what can I be aware of going forward? This is self-awareness, because we've got Saturn at play, right? Saturn is just slowed down and is going forward, but very, very slowly. So the energies of Saturn has been amplified. And that Saturn is about the Lord of Time. So it's very slow. Things won't happen perhaps as fast as we wish them to. And Saturn's the planet of lessons. So we need to look, this is a really important thing. We need to address anything that we've had on the back burner. We've been in Virgo. Virgo's about clearing things out and organizing, right? Crossing T's, dotting I's. And then we come into Libra, and it's time to start some action, to get things together, start doing things. So look at where you have procrastinated in your life. How is that going to make you feel when you start doing it? It's going to make you feel empowered. Now, Libra is about fairness. It's about balance. It's about relationships. It's about logic. And as I said, we have 4 planets in Libra. We have Venus and Mercury, and they do very well in Libra. I mean, Venus is the ruling planet of Libra, so it's come home. There's an appreciation for music, art, poetry. Venus is very sophisticated and fine in Libra. And Mercury is about communication. So there's this wonderful, and Mercury's next to Venus, so there's this wonderful harmonizing way of communicating and connecting with people. And the sun and moon, of course, have just joined Libra. This is a perfect time to socialize and make new connections. Now, what I want to mention is we need to get things done, right, in Libra, because we have Virgo, Libra, and Sagittarius. Those three zodiac signs are kind of in fall, ready for the winter. It's like that kind of energy, of action energy, right? Because in this time, back in the day, we would be harvesting, we would be smoking meat, we would be pickling vegetables, we'd be getting ready for the winter, right? For the hibernation of winter where we can't grow anything. So we have to make sure that we have all our stockpiles in place to get us through the winter. Our lives depended on it. So this was a very active time. And even in the southern hemisphere with spring, you're planting, you're tending to the animals. Animals are being born. I mean, it was a busy time preparing for the fall, for the harvest, so it's work. These are active times, spring and fall, very action oriented. So we need to get off our bums and get to work. We need to address anything that we have been procrastinating. Now, I will say that both the spring and the fall are about preparation, right? Spring cleaning and then falling, taking action of getting everything together for the winter, right? In the fall. Now, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Pluto. Pluto is also slowing down and will station direct on the 2nd or 3rd of October, depending on where you are on the planet. Now, Pluto, so the energies of Pluto, we've been feeling them. We've been seeing the change. We've been seeing the transformation of governments, right? Pluto digs deep, right? And dredges up all the dirt to bring out into the light. So we are seeing stuff like, look at what's coming up. Look at what's been coming up for the last couple of years and what we're really seeing with, leaders around the world. They can't hide. We're seeing their corruption. We're seeing their abuse of power. And we're seeing seeing them, and we'll be seeing behind the scenes. We're literally seeing behind the scenes. So we're seeing also people who are in the shadows, right? We're seeing that. So all this dirt that's been hiding is being dredged up. It's a time of karma. Leaders are being exposed, and in this digital age, it's harder for them to get away with nefarious behavior. People around the world are becoming empowered through protests. It is happening on a huge scale. Hong Kong, Venezuela, France, UK, the US, and many other countries. The social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and others make information available to us faster than ever before. So you can't kind of hide anything. You can't sweep something under the carpet. It's just not possible. Listen, I don't know if any of you saw the strike for the climate crisis. I'm going to say it's a climate crisis that we're in. And there were billions of people around the world protesting Fridays, right? For going on strike on Fridays. It was massive, such a massive event that could not have happened without social media, really. It couldn't have been organized on such a large scale. All around the globe. Hopefully leaders will really hear, but it's not. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that's political. But anyway, I say all of this to say that if you have anything festering in the crevices of your life, you need to bring it up and deal with it. this is what happens. Sometimes what immobilizes us is the thought of having to deal with it and what we've got to do and how it's going to play out. Don't think about how it's going to play out, because then you won't do it. Just do one little thing towards it. You know, if it's like you've got to do paperwork or taxes or whatever it is that you've got to take care of, or bills, or, you know, dealing with someone that you've been meaning to deal with. I had a whole list today and I got it done. This is very karmic, because if you don't get it done, it's going to really bite you. You know, it's going to come up and it's going to glaringly, and then you'll realize you will be held accountable for what you haven't done. So taking this action will empower you. Right? It'll make you feel powerful, and you'll be working with the energies, or astrological energies, that are available to you. So, you know, it's important to just, you know, look under the carpet where you swept stuff up. Anything that's festering in the crevices of your life, get it out. Start taking action. I can't tell you how important it is to take action right now. Don't forget, we are coming to the end of a decade. This is a huge shift in energy. And all the astrologers are talking about this huge event in January when Saturn and Pluto are conjunct. There's so much more going on at the time, but it is major. So that's another story. We'll get into that another day. Anyway, guys, take action. Let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for September the 23rd through September the 29th. One last shuffle for you guys. Okay, this is for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn for this coming week? Okay. 3 cards for Capricorn, please. 3 cards for Capricorn. Oh, there's 2 cards. Lovely. And 1 more card for Capricorn, please. 1 more card for Capricorn. And you got 2 cards. Oh, 2 cards. My arm is hurting me from my shoulder. Okay, so now we have clarifying cards for you, Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn through these clarifying cards for this coming week? Please clarify. Oh, it's so funny here. Please clarify. Okay. Please clarify. There we go. And please clarify. Oh, there we go. And please clarify. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's take a look at your cards, Capricorn. Okay. The first card out is the Knight of Cups. Then you have the Page of Wands clarifying it. You have the Ace of Swords clarified by the 6 of Pentacles. Then you have the Tower and the 9 of Wands clarified by the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. The first card out is the Knight of Cups, darling. Love is in the air every time I look around. This is like being swept off your feet kind of love, falling in love again. Never wanted to, what am I to do? I can't help it. Let me put my glasses on for this. Yes, this is like a celebration of love. This is being excited. Look, nights are all about moving forward, right? So it is about moving forward, but this is like really being swept off your feet. This is the knight in shining armor coming in. Even if you're a guy, this can be a girl, a knightress in shining armor. This is a lovely emotional connection, and it's not surprising with this new moon and with the the sextile between Venus and Jupiter. And you have the Page of Wands. I think that this love or this connection is ready to go on to the next phase. The Page of Wands is the messenger, but he's also about, so it's an opportunity. I feel that this is ready to kind of go on to the next level. There's kind of another, I'm not saying it's the one or a commitment, but maybe you're deciding to be exclusive, perhaps. Maybe there's a statement that it's going to be exclusive if it's new. If it's not new, there's some kind of commitment there. It's definitely progressing. Let's put it that way. This relationship is progressing. And the next card is the Ace of Wands. And swords. And when you have the Ace of Swords is the Ganesh of the tarot, right? This is the remover of obstacles. But it's hard work. It's not easy, and I always use this analogy, it's like you're in the thick of the jungle. You can't get anywhere. There's no path to be had because there's all this thick vegetation. And all of a sudden, in this light coming down from the heavens, there's this wonderful big machete, right? And it's like, wow, we've got machete. And then you start cutting away and, it's slow moving. But guess what? You can forge a path through it. But you've got to put some elbow grease into it, right? Well, that's what's going on with Saturn. We have to put elbow grease in. We've got to work hard for this to pay off, whatever we're doing to pay off. So this is the remover of obstacles, and clarifying it's the Six of Pentacles. So help is coming. Normally, this is like you can be of service. You can always pay it forward, and you can, you can lend an ear to someone. It doesn't have to be money. But I am getting for this is help is coming for you. So Capricorn, you've been in a situation where you're kind of stuck and you need to move forward. And in order to move forward, somebody's coming in to help you. You have a helper. Now, the next card is the Tower. And what's interesting is Cancer got the Tower too, and your opposite signs on the zodiac and the wheel. So something is, something's got to go. Something's changing fundamentally. Like you could have to move an apartment, you could lose a job, you could lose a relationship. There's something that's going. And you kind of know what needs to go. So you can be empowered and allow it to go, or you can, it'll go anyway. And it's when it goes via the Tower, it doesn't kind of feel good, but it's like a cleansing, right? So the Tower's on fire. Fire's like cleansing. It's cleansing the palate. It's cleansing the plane so that something wonderful and new can come in. And it's like you're tired. You're really tired of fighting to keep this here, whatever this is. You're holding on to it and it's exhausting, right? It's like you've been beaten up and you can't, there's so many battles. This is saying you want to just give up and just, you just want to give up. Some of you, in a really big way, you want to give up. I get deep sadness here. It's like you feel like you can't take anymore. But as I said, help is on the way. And this is saying don't give up. Don't give up, because you want to give up spiritually. You just can't take it. It's like so much work and so much. It feels like your whole world is falling down around you, and it's all too much for you. But listen, take a respite, take a minute, take a respite, and Lick your wounds, heal yourself, rejuvenate. You know, there's help coming. Everything is going to be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end, right? Just know that things are going to get better, a whole lot better. Things are being removed because they need to. It's time for you to move on. It's happened to me in my life several times, and I think it's about to happen. I'm Cancer too, right? So I've got the Tower too. I kind of know what needs to go, but I'm hanging on because I don't know which way to go, right? So I'm hanging on to it because I'm like, well, what's my options here? And that's what you're feeling, right? But clarifying it is the Three of Pentacles. This is expansion. Things are going to get bigger. Things are going to get better. This is when somebody comes together and then they create something wonderful, right? This is two people coming together and creating a something creative and beautiful and amazing, right? And it's manifesting. It's because this is the Pentacles. This is on the physical realm. So sometimes this is a big big changes are coming for a lot of us on the global stage. Everything is, there's a lot of change coming down the pipe, and we need to change. We need to wake up, and we need to accept the change. Sometimes the pain is in not accepting it, right? But when this is a time that we need to kind of pray for guidance. Which way do we go? What do we do? What do we need to do to release this so that we can move forward and create something far better that will serve us better? Sometimes it's like your career changing and it's like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Sometimes it's following your life purpose, and perhaps you're not making enough to sustain yourself and things are kind of falling apart. I mean, it can be anything. But just know that things are going to get better and help is on the way, Capricorn. Don't worry. And I know that's very upsetting for you because you like structure. You want everything, you want everything. You want to know that you've got everything in place. The material world is very important to you. But I feel that this is going to be a wonderful opportunity. Whenever I've looked at catastrophes in my life, something more incredible happened, and I'm kind of grateful for that after the fact, not kind of when I'm going through it sometimes. Anyway, Capricorn, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, even though you might not have liked the message. Share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media, and comment. I live for comments and feedback. Let me know what's going on with you. I love to interact with you guys. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.